few months ago, if you have ever stepped onto a construction site at sunrise, you will know it is a place where everything common coexist in the same environment. Today, I am here to narrate through countless amusing scenes collected from different workplaces. Everything you are about to read is based on a kind of ordinary, harmless incidents that happen to ordinary people and ordinary tasks and as I begin my commentary, imagine lighthearted surprises that only a construction site workers arriving one by one, day smoothly. However, the idea of a smooth start is our first character on the big step. Ray walks like a man with a confident stride. He places his wooden plank resting nearby. As Ray lifts one taps him on the shoulder. My friend, is the earliest sign. Slowly above the sky. Whom I'll call Ben, attempts to leave a small pile of flexible and simple to carry. At least, they should be. Ben picks up a staff that is slightly taller than necessary. At first he handles it well, but as he begins to walk, the wind decides to move just a little. And suddenly the entire staff begins to play cards in the hands of a playful magician. Ben tries to control it, spinning around slowly, his arms extended in pure dedication, and for a moment, but the sheets gently glide out of formation and settle around him like oversized pebbles. Ben looks down, nods to himself. While these small events unfold, the sound of conversation. A few workers begin arranging equipment. One of them tests a measuring tape by stretching it far across an open he steps the tape retracts smoothly. But the marvel of this process becomes a moment of comedy when the tape oscillates slightly, causing him to take an unexpected step. He maintains perfect balance, but the expression on his face is a flawless blend of surprise and admiration. It is as if he was by mid-morning, the energy of the construction site feels warm and vibrant. Conversations float through the air.
Hey, gamer, go!
Another talks about the recipe he tried and failed to perfect. A third explains the brilliance of a sportsman he watched last night. Amid these discussions, he lifts it with the strength of it, only to realize he accidentally grabbed the box. The moment he lifts it, his knees but he keeps it not to notice, which somehow is the scene of the fire. Now let me direct your attention to the scaffold.
Robin pas dedans, couche par terre.
Start a basic task.
Jump!
He climbs the first few steps with the grace of someone who has done this before. But then, as he reaches a comfortable height, he realizes he forgot one small tool. He glances down, contemplating whether to descend and retrieve it or simply call someone to hand it up to him. Trying to reach it with a Predictably, hoping the two will magically move closer. Of course, Theo then laughs quietly and climbs back down. The gentle harmony of human unpredictability. The beauty of observing these scenes lies not in the mishaps themselves, but in the reactions of the workers. They never get upset or discouraged. Shrug it off. Move on with admirable spirit. As I continue narrating, another scene comes. Some paint buckets. He sets them in almost like a random death. Gentle breeze passes by.
Run, run, da, da, da.
Lands directly in the eye of the buckets. Caleb picks up the buckets and casts his witness to the buckets. He folds the paper, tucks it into his pocket, and returns to perfecting his ornamental buckets, adjusting them with the precision of a master artist. These are spontaneous human forms without color. Every person becoming part of the as the morning moves toward its late hours, the construction site I shift my attention to an area where several workers are preparing among them is the man named Oliver, his ability to turn even the simplest task into a small performance. Section of protective covering along slightly stubborn, not in the begins pushing the roll forward. At first, everything seems smooth. Oliver gently nudges it. Then it swings slightly to the right, and Oliver follows it again, ensuring it stays aligned. The scene quickly becomes a gentle dance between man and material. As observers, we can see Oliver eventually, place, as though contemplating whether it should proceed. Oliver pauses, places both hands on his hips, and takes a deep breath. No one can hear what he says. Because it suddenly begins to move forward Oliver raises his eyebrows, his own negotiation skills. When he finishes, he gives the not far from Oliver. It involves two workers named Mark and Julie assembling a set of light bulbs. These panels are easy to handle, at least in theory. Mark pulls the panel up while Julian secures passes through the corridor. The panel leans forward, bumping calmly against Mark's shoulder. Mark Julian their reactions remain composed, but the alternating taps make them look like participants in a slow-motion game of tag. Eventually, Mark and Julian work in unison. When they finish, Mark jokingly steps away from the panel as he begins to chase him again. It stays still now, 5 minutes. Midday sun rises high above brightening every corner. A worker named Lewis is carrying a bucket of harmless construction material. The bucket is perfectly fine. As he walks, he focuses intensely on avoiding small pebbles and uneven ground. His steps become precise, delicate, and overly calculated. The way he navigates the path is like a man trying to cross a corridor filled with puzzled by his complex.
Hello! Win an entire row of tickets to see her eras to a live...
Across the site, one of the more artistic workers, a man named Samuel, is preparing to repeat a set of temporary markers. He positions his materials neatly, adjusts his stance, and dips the brush with deliberate intention. The second stroke follows with equal precision. As he prepares for a bird passes overhead, casting a brief shadow that startles Samuel ever so slightly. His hand twitches, and instead of painting a straight line, he creates a dramatic swirl. He pauses, studies the swirl, and instead of fixing it, he steps back with a look of artistic pride.
Coming out, keep it steady.
The co-worker walks with him and looks at him. Samuel says, soon the lunch break arrives.
Salam alaikum.
Alaikum assalam. To rest. But even during the break, the community his lunch container, only to discover that he packed the wrong meal. Instead of he stares at it in complete disbelief, and slowly begins to accepting his fate. Another worker tries to open a drink bottle, but the cap resists. He uses every polite method, adjusting his grip, tapping the cap lightly. Eventually, the worker stares at him with admiration and admiration. After lunch,
3, 2,
1. He begins but halfway adjusts slightly, trying to tilts in the opposite direction. Moving his elbows outward like a tightrope. His steps become remarkably tight. For a few seconds, it seems like the box is working. He dusts off his hands, nods with satisfaction, and walks away with the pride of someone who has overcome a challenge only.
Oh shit!
Another worker named Felix inspects another. However, the board has its own plans. It slowly begins leaning forward without Felix noticing. Just as he is about to touch the ground, Felix turns around and catches it with a swift motion, almost he stands still for a moment, impressed by his own reflexes. Then he quick save. His co-worker across the afternoon continues. The conversations become more lively again, blending into song and destination. The sun casts long shadows across the ground, and the entire the afternoon establishes itself rhythm, the construction site becomes a blend of soft chatter, purposeful
Another day's work. Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Earn my pay.
thoughtful even the smallest details. Today his mission involves a series of it is a job many would complete quickly. By a fraction of an analyzing the mind as if midway through the alignment process, Henry notices an unexpected issue. The shadow cast by a nearby structure makes the markers appear slightly misaligned from the surface. Henry tilts his head left and then right, trying to determine whether the markers are truly off or whether the illusion is playing tricks on him. After a minute of contemplation, he decides to struggle with his satisfaction usually reserved for completing a complex architectural project. One of his co-workers walks by, glances at the markers, and says they look excellent. He's finished constructing an entire building. Not far away, the worker is preparing to advance to the next stage of the site. Nolan is known for his calm manner. Today,
それはディーゼルじゃない、それは燃料タンクだ。
He picks up each board with care. He reaches the final board. He taps the but just as he finishes, a light breeze stirs the air. One corner of the top board lifts slightly playfully. Nolan notices the and stands still for a moment. By the tiniest measure, as if accepting that even a board. After adjusting it once more, he places a sword then walks away with a satisfied manner, acknowledging the signature. The next scene unfolds with the machine between two workers, Leonard and Mason. The coordination between snaps back slightly and surprises notice the micro expression of someone who has experienced and both continue working as though nothing happened. Meanwhile, a worker named Elliot is organizing tools on a small table. He arranges them in a row, grouping them by